This is a Doki Doki Literature Club fan game that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed. You can download Doki Doki Literature Club at that place. By playing this modification, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you have played the original game. We sure have, and we sure are. Not in that order. Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome to Tropical Rain. And I get the sensation, the joy and frustration, like being caught. I couldn't read that in time. For once, I actually read, like, the premise of the mod. And apparently in this one, we want to be Yuri's boyfriend, but we're Monika's boyfriend at the time. So that's how that doing. I guess we'll see where it goes with all that once we get all our settings. Alright. Let's begin. As always, I'm Hallie. Let's go. Chapter 1. Festivities. It was the day of the festival. Sitting up in my bed, I had begun to stretch my arms. Time to get ready. I threw the covers off my body as I slunk out of the warm embrace of my mattress. Oh, memory foam. You're too good for me. Throwing open the door to my bathroom, I grabbed a towel from the rack and opened the door to the shower. I turned it on and waited for it to warm up. When it got to my preferred temperature, I entered. I should comb my hair today. Yeah, I should look nice for the festival. I'm gonna be going up and presenting. I can't look like a dirtball. That would reflect poorly on the club. And on me, but more importantly on the club. I don't have much of a reputation to uphold. I can look like a dirtbag tomorrow. I turned off the water, grabbed my towel, and dried myself off. I wrapped the towel around my waist and stepped out of the shower. Need clothes. After a quick change of clothes, I was back in the bathroom, staring at the comb I had borrowed from my dad. I don't think I've ever actually used one of these things. That's pretty sad. Combing my hair was a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it.
You look like Leon Kennedy from Biohazard 4!
What did she mean by this? Is that a compliment? Sayori giggled.
A compliment, Hallie. You look cute!
Feeling my face heat up, I began to try and salvage the situation. I'm not cute. I pointed my finger at her. You're cute! What the hell?
Thanks.
Perfect 10 there, Hallie. Really hit it out of the park on that one. With our short conversation having come to an awkward stop, we began to walk to school in silence. At least she's not, like, dragging behind. After around a minute of walking, I stared at the decorations I held in my hands. Yuri did most of the work, sure, but I enjoyed our time together. I hope we do eventually end up spending some more time with each other. Just the two of us. I grinned at the thought. Yuri is, well, different. At first, she's a little hard to talk to. But if you get to her talking about something she likes, it's like she becomes a whole different person. It's charming. It's an interesting aspect of her personality. And I hope to see it more often in the future. So I guess this is following off of, like, an Act 1 Yuri route, perhaps. Yeah, I'm definitely not used to coming to school in my casual clothes. I'm thankful they let us for the festival, don't get me wrong. But I'm just not used to it. It feels too unprofessional. I've never been the most professional guy, but even I know when you should dress appropriately, and going to school is not the time for band t-shirts and jeans. It's your place of learning. But today doesn't count, so you can stop worrying, Hallie. Jeez. I opened the door to the club. This entire dialogue has made me appreciative that my school did not have uniforms. I wasn't used to wearing casual clothes in school, but more so, seeing the girls in their casual clothes gave me whiplash. Monika especially. I figured she would have tried to stay professional even if nobody else did. As I thought this, she walked up to me.
Hallie, good to see you. Did you finish your poem?
Yeah, I did. Let me pull it out. I began to take my bag off my back, but as I did, Monika put her hand up.
Oh, no, I trust you. You don't have to show me.
Alright then. I mean, if they were going to put the poems in the pamphlets, wouldn't she already know if you got that done?
Anyway, why don't you go help Yuri with you guys' decorations? They're There are some things I need to prepare before we start the actual festival.
Alright, sounds like a plan. As Monica is turning around to walk off, she stops and faces me.
Oh, and... nice hair, Mr. Kennedy.
Damn, her too. Monica walked off, chuckling to herself. Who even is this guy? I shook my head and set down the decorations on a desk. After that, I walked up to Yuri, who was setting up her aromatherapy machine. So, what oils are you planning on putting in the diffuser? Upon hearing me speak, she jumped. I swear I can talk.
Allie.
Oops.
Sorry, you scared me.
Well, shoot, in that case, I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry about that. She takes a deep breath.
It's fine. Thank you for apologizing.
There's an awkward silence for a few seconds. So...
Oh, you wanted to know what I was putting in my diffuser, right?
After giving myself a high five for actually remembering the name, I nodded. Yeah, what oil are you going for?
I chose to use Vanilla Bean this time around. It's a popular scent I really enjoy, and it promotes relaxation. Perfect for reading our poems, don't you agree?
I do agree. Man, you really know your stuff, Yuri. I'm impressed. She looked rather embarrassed at the compliment.
Thank you.
Anyway, do you need some help setting up any decorations? I have all of our stuff over on that desk. I pointed over at said desk and Yuri nodded.
I would really appreciate it. Thank you, Hallie. Oh, and... nice hair, Kennedy-kun.
That was cute. But I still have no idea who that is. I sighed internally, but went to grab the decorations. It's a little bit weird, mixing past and present tense in the narration. Just saying. After around 20 minutes, the two of us finished setting up the decorations. And I will say, we had a pretty good time doing so. Laughing when the others say a joke. Or, laughing when the other says a joke. Thinking when the other says something philosophical. Sure, we're at school and aren't exactly having one-on-one time together, but I'm already having a great time. Being with Yuri it makes my day better. She's so interesting. She's super goddamn smart, always knows what to say, has interesting hobbies, and not to mention she's rather pretty. I mean, pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, there's no need to hide it from us, MC.
It's finally time to start the festival.
Upon hearing those words, we all got into position. We greeted the attendees as they walked in, though they didn't seem too interested in much other than the cupcakes. I cringed. Let's just hope I'm incorrect in my assumption.
Okay, everyone.
Upon hearing Monica say that, I set down the piece of paper my poem was on. I think at this point I'm ready to go up and present.
It's time we go up and present poems.
Oh, just like you were saying.
Is anyone willing to bite the bullet and go first?
Everyone seems to simultaneously get cold feet, save for...
I'll go. Wait, you will? Yeah, I guess. That's great. Okay, feel free to go up and whenever you want, Natsuki.
Monica grinned.
No pressure. Yeah, because that helps me.
Monica nodded, giggled, and walked to the back of the room. Good luck, Natsuki. I'm rooting for you.
Oh, thanks, but I don't need any luck. I'm gonna be the best public speaker ever. Just you wait and see.
Natsuki smiled proudly, marching off to the front of the room to present her poem. I chuckled. Her pride and confidence sure reigned true. I stopped chuckling when she cleared her throat and began to speak.
This poem is called Making Progress.
Natsuki cleared her throat and began to read. Dots.
Have you ever wasted time when trying to start? You are left to wonder why there are thoughts from your heart. Although the ink on the page tells the state of mind, colorful words and similes are so brittle, when the only colors are like crayons, showing my passions as if they mean so little. Your canvas is immature. It is not what a masterpiece defines. But I will take the colors of the crayon box and draw the lands by the sea. I will take the colors of the crayon box and shine the rays of my dreams. As I wake up tomorrow fully knowing that my crayons are traded for ink and become ever-flowing, I can be confident that my page truly represents me. Until then, I will take the colors of the crayon box and build a castle with a pretty queen. I will take the colors of the crayon box and decorate the forest with the animals I see. No more will I let down my thoughts and my heart. They will shine bright from the very start, and each poem will show that progress can truly be.
Natsuki stopped speaking, and the room went silent. Wow. That was incredible. She did great. And the rest of the room seems to agree with me, going off the sudden uproar of applause. Natsuki blushed upon hearing her praise. She lightly bowed and slowly returned to the back of the room, smile on her face.
So guys, what did you think? I loved it. You did a great job.
Monica instantly goes into analysis mode.
There's definitely a ton of emotion here that I feel is absent in your other ones. The emotion was there, but it wasn't fully realized. Though now that you've seen her progress, you can show it and convey it better.
Natsuki was frozen.
Am I close? You're right on the mark. Well, analysis aside, I think you killed it. I also really enjoyed it. It's clear you really know what you're doing. That type of writing is not my favorite, but I think you did a swell job writing it and presenting it. And like Monica mentioned, there was a lot of emotion present, which I especially enjoyed. Good job, Natsuki. Wait, you actually liked it? Wait, is it really that surprising? I didn't... Hey, chill out. I didn't mean anything by it.
Did you see? Did you see? They slowed down the text, and I was able to read it before it blinked away. You've scored some points with me already, Mod Maker.
Hey, chill out. I didn't mean anything by it. Of course you liked it. I wrote it after all.
Yuri giggled.
Of course. Hey, guys. I'm really glad you're all getting along. But one of us needs to go up and present. Oh, you're right. I guess I'll go then. Thank you, Sayori. Sorry for forcing your hand. That's all right. All right, let's do this. All right.
The rest of the girls turned to face Sayori as she walked up to the front of the room. Upon being in front of everyone, she pulled out a piece of paper. Can she do that? Upon muttering this, someone whispered in my ear.
Why not?
I shrugged. Though, right when I did this, Sayori began to speak. Natsuki shushed me, and I watched on as my best friend began to read her poem. Sayori began by introducing herself, which isn't something that Natsuki did.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sayori, and my poem is called Piece of Paper.
She cleared her throat.
I'm standing in the sun, staring intently at a piece of paper. An empty white as snow piece of paper. Hand at my hip, I prepare myself. It's time. No more, I'll do it later. Move my head, look over at the clock tower. Tick, tick, it goes, mocking with its movement. I growl and focus back on the paper. Hand on its hip, it stares back. It wants my thoughts, my feelings. It wants my deepest, darkest secrets. Well, no, I say. I'll never tell you what flavor of popsicle I like most, or what I like to spread on my toast. But this piece of paper is no laughing matter. Eyes closed. Thoughts, they swirl around like a whirlpool of imagination. They all want to burst out and put themselves on the paper. Determined. The paper refuses. Draw. Mind and hand to do the work. Minutes, hours of waiting, over in a second. My eyes open. It's dark. A desk lamp brightens my surroundings, like an angel in a world broken. On the snow-white paper, there it lies. A big blotch of ink from my pen. I slap a hand to my head.
Sayori put down the piece of paper and gave a bow. The audience, knowing their cue, gave their applause. I joined in. In all honesty, it was a nice poem, but I believe I liked Natsuki's more. This one definitely gave me vibes of, I don't know what to write about. That didn't make it a bad poem, though. Far from it, actually. But it just means I didn't enjoy it as much. Regarding the applause, she got less than Natsuki, but it was about equal. Well, how can it be that, or how can it be less than Natsuki but about equal at the same time? Seems me and the rest of the room share the same sentiment. I won't tell Sayori any of that, though. That would just make me an ass. Sayori picked up the piece of paper and returned to those of us sitting in the back of the room. So she wrote about writer's block. Monica stood up from her seat and nodded to us.
I would really like to discuss her poem, but we do not have much time left. I'm just going to go up now and be as fast as possible.
I shook my head. Don't stress too much. Take your time, it's okay. She took a deep breath and seemed to be thinking my words over.
All right, thanks, Allie. I'll do my best.
Monica walked off and over to the front of the room. She cleared her throat and began to present her poem.
Hello, everyone. My name is Monica, and my poem is called Not Afraid.
She cleared her throat, as everyone else had done so far, and began to read. Now I'm noticing like a little bit of repetition. He keeps saying like they clear their throats like before and after they get to this scene, and it's just a little weird.
It's different this time. I don't know what it is. The noise, the pain, the feeling of emptiness. Gone. It's but a whisper in the wind now. What changed? Who changed? Everything seems the same. But nothing is. Correct. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. This is exactly how I want it to be. But it's not right. Something changed. It's different this time. I don't know what it is, but I'm not scared. I stand tall with the differences. I stand up and I face them head on. I'm not afraid of change. And I'm not afraid to change.
That was confusing. I could hardly understand it, really. But it was Monica's writing style, so it was familiar. In a move I actually had not predicted, she received a grand amount of applause. It wasn't a bad poem, but surely a few people in here would be confused. Though, then again, Monica is rather popular. I don't want to say that's why she got the applause she did, but I'll imply it. Monica grinned and walked back over to us.
So, who wants to go up next?
If I don't go up, it's Yuri's turn. Would she want to go up now or later? I turned to look at her, and she seemed to be panicking. I decided to speak up. I'll go.
Great! Thank you for speaking up, Allie.
I nodded and stood up. As I walked up to the front of the classroom, I began to have second thoughts. But I stopped them. You can do this, Hallie. You're a fucking beast. And beasts don't let public speaking get to them. Now fired up, I faced everyone from my spot at the front. I cleared my throat and began to speak.